So the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, has decided to present his curriculum vitae, whatever way you pronounce it. This is just a breakdown of all he has achieved, books that he has written. All of this is put out there to make Nigerians, propel Nigerians who are still into CVs to look into his presidential aspiration. Of course, you know his name already, and other names do not matter at this point. He says his date of birth is 8th March 1957. He was born in Creek Hospital, Lagos. Home address, we know where it is at this time, Aso Rock Villa. Education, School of Economics and Political Science, Masters of Law, 1980, Nigerian Law School, 1979, Barrister and Solicitor of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, winner of Graham Douglas Prize for Commercial Law, University of Lagos, 1975 to 1978, LLB. Second class upper, winner State Merit Award, Igbobi College, Yaba, that is the secondary school he went to, and some prize for English oratory and performance in history, school prize for literature, and his work experience. Simmons Copper Partners, barrister and solicitors, of course, in the United Kingdom. Senior partner, 2007 till date, is still a partner. University of Lagos, Professor of Law, Department of Public Law, Faculty of Law, 2007 to 2013. Lagos State Ministry of Justice, Attorney General, Commissioner for Justice, member of Cabinet Lagos State, and that is where Tinubu comes into this. Tinubu feels that, I give this man opportunity to be where he is in Lagos, at least in politics, and now he has betrayed me according to what is out there. So there is so much. I mean, it is filled up with achievements. Of course, someone who is involved, who is deep in this, definitely has one paper written, one book written, several accolades. United Nations Secretary General Committee of Experts on Conduct, Discipline, United Nations Operation Somalia, Federal Government of Nigeria Special Advisor to the Attorney General of Federation, Minister of Justice, Legal Advice and Litigation, all of this 1988, 1999, youth service, all of those things there. Now, professional activities, I'm just going to touch on one or two of these things because it's so much. International Criminal Court, cancelled, 2012, Citibank Nigeria, Dependent Director appointed, in 2008, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, 2002, African Development Bank, Ethics Advisor, and so much. Consultant, 2009, International Bar Association, delegation to South Africa to consider the issue of independence of the judiciary and the rule of law, Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda, Arusha on training of prosecutors, consultant, Human Rights Committee of the Nigerian Bar Association member, Ministerial Committee for Review of Mineral Laws and Regulations, National Committee on Review of Mineral Solid, so many things that he did involve himself in. United Nations Africa Institute for Crime Prevention, Commonwealth Ad hoc Working Committee on the Protection of Cultural Property, and Senate of Lagos State University member. He added even this one too. So much is there. All of this is to prepare your mind on what you are going to get. He's saying that he has done what he needs to do in life to take over that position. When you talk about education anyway, he has all it takes. But we all know that it is not just that's not just what is enough to be president of Nigeria. The problem is this. You see, a nation that has no system, solid system. When I say solid, I mean progressive system, people-oriented system that is created for success, that kind that a lot of people run abroad to embrace, to enjoy. Once that system is not created, that structure is not put down, What they have is corrupt, looting, disorderly, lackadaisical attitude system. When you do not have a reliable database, you don't have where you can say this is this and this is that. What else do you expect? Children could be born without birth certificate or registered in any database. Go to the north. Now they are singing songs of they are going to do census. Why? Because they need to boost number in the north of Nigeria. Because you can't even get a reliable one. It's not just possible. Borders do not exist. Someone from Niger, Mali, Gambia, Senegal, all of these people can come into the north of Nigeria and claim to be Nigerians. All they have to do is to liaise together with whoever and they'll say, yes, this one is from the north of Nigeria. There is a Fulani. Fulanis are the same. So what we are talking about, what are we talking about here? So it doesn't just work. So even with all these biannual Journal of Finance, Investment Law, National Correspondent Bulletin, all of these that he has written, books that he has contributed in, all of these that he has written, modalities for implementation of the transition provisions in the new constitution, in law development and administration, he has added value to books, right, left, and center. But all of this, even financial malpractices in banks, frauds, and other financial malpractices in Nigeria, all of these are books that people wrote that he added one or two things, professional, knowledge that he has all through. He added all of these things in the books that have been written. But the truth and the reality is this, like I was saying, if you have a system that is not functional, a system that has been created for decay, for corruption, if you have such a system, if the system is not open, just imagine this. You have a bowl, and that bowl is filled with red liquid. That liquid is the base, is the system that has been put there, that nobody can change, notwithstanding whatever. Anyone that wants to change it will know that he's going to break his or her neck. No matter the color of balls that you throw in this bowl, let's say the color of the balls are white, green. Once you throw them into that bowl, even though these balls have tendency to be corrupt, have tendency to commit crime, even if inside of them is evil, once you throw them inside that bowl and you shake them, the color will change. What is inside of them will stay inside of them because they are evil. But outside of them will appear what? The same color, red, of the liquid that is inside of that bowl. That is how structures are created in these countries that a lot of people run to, because it is hard for you to pull down that structure that has been put there. That is the problem. If you have a man like this, who has all of this, written, a lot of articles published, and all of these degrees and several things that he has written and things that he has gotten himself involved in. If you have a man like this, how is he going to function? That is if he is really going to even do the right thing. Having all of these degrees don't make him a saint or someone who is ready to do the right thing. Calling him pastor, minister does not mean that he will do the right thing. He could come out, speak in a manner that will impress a lot of people, but at the end of the day, people begin to shout and see that it's like he's giving appointment 80% to RCCG members or giving it to this and that. All of these things will begin to come up. Nepotism in another way, to be religious nepotism. People might begin to look at all of these things. So we are talking of a system that is not put right. And I'm going to tell you for free, it doesn't mean that the president needs to do a lot of work to put things right in Nigeria. We all know the lacunas, the holes that needs to be filled and what needs to be taken out. For crying out loud, I begin to wonder sometimes, what is the Senate for in Nigeria? The Federal Republic of Nigeria. What are the senators there for? Don't you have House of Rep in your states? Is it not the states and the federal government? So what are the senators there for? First of all, they need to scrap this Senate. It is useless. It is counterproductive. They sleep there. They don't do nothing. Let the states handle what needs to be handled and get their files and whatever to do meetings. They could come up with a committee and present all of this. So There is a lot that needs to be dealt with. But you know how it is. These guys will do all it takes. So this, as you can see, is so much. Books that he has contributed, books written, so much, so much. It is as long as you can ever think of. But do you think this is enough? Is this enough for us to accept VP Osinbajo for those who still want one Nigeria?